Hey everyone, Sheriff here, and welcome back to yet again another Pokemon Masters video. I say yet again, but the last one was like a couple of months ago, probably. I don't actually know, probably a couple of months, yeah. But yeah, basically I was just feeling a little bit bored of Pokemon Masters for a while. Like, I was still playing it and stuff, but just didn't really have the hype about it to make videos about it. Because like we're encouraged to EX units, but by EXing units the game just gets progressively easier and easier, which is it's just a little bit off-putting, honestly. However, anniversary is coming up, which is always kind of exciting in this game, and we're at the end of the month, which means that a new data mine's just around the corner, and as if on cue, we also got a new dev letter today. And yeah, we're just going to be going over that dev letter, giving my reactions and thoughts to it. So let's just hop right into it. Right, here we go. Oh, special rally started. That's actually nice. I completely missed that. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Greetings, trainers. We're the producers of Pokemon Masters EX. Yu Sasaki and Tetsuya Iguchi. Sorry, I butchered those names. I know that, but here with a new message for you. Today we'll tell you about updates up to late August. Okay. Triple feature Pokefair Scouts for 72 hours only. Okay, so for 3 days. Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur will return in the Sync Pair Scout. Okay, so this is obviously a fantastic banner to summon on for new players to the game. Like, if you get any of these, you're set for probably like 90% of content in this game. Leaf can solo stages, can poison stages, Charizard just sweeps everything, and Blastoise will like literally any unit in the game can benefit from Signal Suit Blue and Blastoise. So yeah, for older players though, probably best not summon on these unless you like are clearly missing dupes on them and stuff. I am sort of tempted. I'm going to be doing dailies on them. It's only 3 summons anyway. Since I would absolutely love to have 5 out of 5 Red and Charizard, but probably not going to happen. However, who knows? Yeah, but this is cool, but for 72 hours only. If you don't have gems saved up and you're missing one of these units, you're probably not going to be able to get them. Just best of luck to you. However, here we go. Here's something a bit more interesting. Evelyn and Entei added to the BP Sync Pair Super Voucher Exchange Items menu, and that's a sentence and a half. I'm one of those barbarians who had absolutely no idea who this character is. I thought Pokemon Masters just made her up, but after consulting on Discord with some people, apparently she's a Colosian trainer, and like makes her debut in the Battle Chateau. So she's just one of those like battle tower, battle frontier kind of trainers, except obviously in Kalos it was the battle chateau. And with Entei, and she's a master sync pair, and so yeah, that's basically our 3rd master sync pair who will have some kind of benefit with Sun. I'm already calling it now. You're going to be able to run Leon, Maxi, and Entei on a team and do just fine. Just stack those 3 Master Fairs together and yeah, just watch shit go down basically. And it doesn't say here whether she's striker, support, or tech. I'm hoping she's a tech, because Entei's like known for Sacred Fire, which is like really high burn chance, and we've not had a tech Master Fair yet. Actually, we've not had any Master Fairs that aren't strikers, so we've not had a support one either. But yeah, I can imagine this being really, really cool to pair up with Leon and Charizard. I wonder what our passive is. It doesn't say here. That would obviously be a little bit spoilery, I guess, but maybe it's if we base it off the other BP Master Fairs, then that's Regirock and Cobalion, which obviously we don't have access to yet, but we do know what they do. That will increase the power of they increase the power of rock and fighting type moves, so presumably this is just going to increase the power of fire types, which is Leon. And I think there's also a damage reduction in there too. I'm not really sure. Either way, Leon will definitely benefit from this, even if it's only just from like type or theme skills. But yeah, amazing. She could also have like maybe it's like a Kalos Master Fair thing, so maybe her plus Serena could be great if Evelyn gives crit. That's all, I mean, like, that's literally all Serena needs. And so you got, like, 2 Kalos units together, 2 Fire Kalos units together, one can support the other. Although if Evelyn spreads burns, that kind of conflicts with Serena's sleep. So just spitballing ideas here, but yeah, this looks really, really interesting. Plus now it's confirmed that it's not only the main character who gets legendary Pokemon from the BP menu, which is a really nice precedent to set, because that means that someone else, like, we might be getting something like Eugene and Suicune from the BP events, although no idea if that would just, if he'd just be like a, honestly he should be a Yoto Master Fair, but I'm rambling and getting completely off topic here already. Alright, yeah, so also on August 9th, after the Champion Stadium switches regions, battle points will be added as additional rewards for Master Mode. That's fantastic. We've already got the regional rotation, we've got events, and now we're getting battle points with Master Mode, so we're just going to speed through those rewards much quicker and get our hands on the endgame Master Fairs much quicker, yeah. It remains to be seen, obviously, how good this Entei is. Regirock is kind of specializes in healing, Cobalion specializes in team buffing with crit and defense debuffing for the opponent. Yeah, since they're both supports, Entei is probably going to be a support as well, just based off precedent, but we'll see. Alright, let's move on. The PML arc of the main story concludes. The main story will be updated on July 30th, so in 4 days, bringing us to the long-awaited final round of the PML tournament. Okay, excellent. So this is when we fight Red, Blue, and Leaf. A highlight of the event is finding out how Blue feels on his path to victory in the PML, and how Red responds to his feelings before the finals. Is Red going to talk? Or is he just going to, like, point and grunt and speak troll? It'd be interesting to see if Red speaks, but probably not. How Blue feels on his path to victory in the PML. I kind of think Blue's going to lose at the end. Will be very interesting to see how the main story concludes. I'm not saying that the Pokemon Master story is anything particularly interesting, but we have finally, after 2 years, somehow managed to reach the finals of this one singular tournament. So they've really managed to drag this on, and yeah, I'm keen to see what comes next. Update will mark the conclusion of the PML arc of the main story, but working on a new story arc that will begin after it. Yeah, okay. We'll share details about the new story arc in our next message, so we hope you enjoyed the Lear Takes the Lead solo event that begins on July 30th at 8 AM. Along with the climax of the... Okay, 8 AM is obviously my reset time, since this is I'm obviously in Europe, and that's our reset time. It'll be like close to midnight for people on like the Pacific coast, or much further on the day for people in Asia. Right, let's move on to the next section. Solo event, Lear Takes the Lead. Okay, so we finally get these guys as scoutable units. Lear, Rachel, and Sawyer will each appear in the Sync Pair Scout. Okay, so that means that they will just be regular units, not Pokefair, I'm assuming. Would be kind of weird if they were, honestly, but that means that this is great because this is pre-anniversary, obviously, so the vast majority of people probably, unless you're like a massive Rachel, Lear, or Sawyer fan, which totally understandable if you're if you really like these characters. They've got quite a personality, but I'd personally recommend not summoning on these guys, since obviously anniversary is just around the corner, and if they're added to the general pool, then you're just going to be able to pick them up at some point down the road anyway. Maybe even during anniversary when you summon there, but we'll see. Alright, let's just get into the units, because they describe these units, and that's really cool. I don't think they've ever gone into as much detail as this before in the dev letter when announcing new units, so let's just have a wee look. Lear and Hoopa have 3 passive skills that can each reduce the sync move countdown, allowing them to quickly use their sync move. One passive skill reduces the sync move countdown when they enter a battle, that's Head Start, I believe. Another passive skill has a chance of reducing the sync move countdown when a move is successful, okay, that's Propulsion. And a third passive skill reduces the sync move countdown the first time they use their sync move. Okay, and that's Adrenaline. So 3 passes that we already have in the game. Don't know why they didn't just list them like that, but I guess if they just wanted to describe what they do, fair enough. Okay, so Lear's all about the quick sync move countdown, and we already saw that as well in the free-to-play story arc event where we got to use this trio. If he speeds the sync move up as quickly as he did there, Lear's going to be absolutely fantastic, because that means, and not because necessarily that you need to sync with Lear, but just the fact that you speed the sync move countdown so quickly that you could immediately sync with like a support EX and get the support EX bonus basically right at the start of the battle. So that could be absolutely huge. I'd really looking forward to that. Oh, I didn't even finish here. Also, the power of their sync move, Singularity Hyperspace Hole, increases when none of the target stats are raised. Their snatch move returns the target's raised stats to normal and raises the user's stats, so you can use it before their sync move to do even more damage. Okay, so that sounds like Grimsley's sync move, innate sync move multiplier, just like if the opponent has no stats. So in other words, RIP Grimsley. He is clearly going to be outclassed by Lear here. Snatch, interesting move, but also not that relevant. Opponents don't buff themselves up too much, but I suppose you can just use it to give yourself that sync move multiplier. Oh my god, rip Grimsley indeed though, like holy crap, he already had a tiny niche and Lear just took that from him. I would absolutely love if we got Hoopa Unbound after Lear syncs. That would be sick, like the massive Hoopa Genie thing, but yeah, they don't mention that, so probably not, because I don't think that happened in the yeah, that definitely didn't happen in the free-to-play story thing, but we'll see with the data mine if the assets for that form are added or not. Alright, let's go to Rachel and Umbreon, our support sync pair that have a move called Hello that restores one ally's HP by approximately 60%, okay. Removes status conditions and interference inflicted on the ally, grants them the enduring effect, and if the ally has a sync buff, grants them the gradual healing effect. With all these effects, Rachel and Umbreon show that they really excel at healing. Okay, this doesn't actually sound all that meta to me, to be honest. Potion has slightly drifted away from being like a top tier move to use in Champion Stadium, just because it's just much more effective to generally bum rush the opponent with offensive parameters and stuff. It also sounds very, very similar to the Master Fair Regirock, but if people eventually just start picking up Rachel and Umbreon, then no one's going to end up going for thingamajig Regirock anyway. Wonder if you can use this move more than one time. Probably, because it doesn't sound particularly OP. It just sounds like a super, super good potion. But they also, it actually also sounds kind of similar to Dawn's trainer move. Yeah, it actually sounds really similar to Dawn's trainer move. Instead of 100%, it's 60%, but adding like passive healing and enduring. Oh yeah, if the ally has a sync buff, then you get the gradual healing. Okay. Yeah, sounds okay to me, but depends on how like refreshable this is, and if it's not, then I don't really see Rachel being particularly meta. But Umbreon is a super cool unit. Now we've got two Umbreons. Sawyer and Hunchcrow. Okay, this guy is so dapper. Look at that black shirt and red tie combo with the gold buttons and rings. Like, damn. I really like Sawyer. I think he's cool. Plus I'm kind of sad we didn't get Beware, but Hunchcrow is a super cool mon as well. Alright, Sawyer and Hunchcrow have a move called Forever Loyal that raises all allies' attack and special attack by 2 stat ranks, raises the defense and special defense by 1 stat rank, and applies the move gauge acceleration effect to the allied field of play. Okay. I wonder if this is also only one use, or if it's multiple uses. If it's multiple uses, then I can definitely see myself using this for, like, if I want to do like a hyper offensive build with units that only are able to raise their crit, or if I pair this with, or if I pair Sawyer with a unit that does raise crit, like Pierce or Phoebe or something off the top of my mind, and use it with a Pokemon like EX Lance. That way you buff up your Hyper Beam damage and buff up your Sync Move damage. Will depend. Yeah, this is going to depend a lot on whether you've got 2 uses or 1 use. Move Gauge Acceleration is always fantastic. It's one of the best field effects in the game. Let's read on. Also, they have 1 passive skill that has a chance to raise all allies' defense when attacking, and they have another that has a chance to raise all allies' special defense when attacking. making them a support sync pair that can bolster both the team's offensive and defensive capabilities. Okay, so he seems a bit like of a jack-of-all-tradesy kinds of guy, which generally I tend to prefer units that specialize in one thing or another. It does seem kind of cool to quickly raise all these stats for your allies, just giving them that bit of survivability. A lot of squishy units might appreciate this. This guy would make an excellent pairing with Lucamine and Ice Steven, because Lucamine obviously takes a while to raise her offensive stats. She needs to knock people out, but generally I don't like to rely on that, since it just takes too long. And yeah, Ice Steven obviously would prefer not to get for the X attack MP refresh. So yeah, I can definitely see myself running Sawyer with Lucamine and Ice Steven. That seems like a fair team comp already in my mind. Alright, let's move on. New event, daily type rotation, type team up. In this event you can take on sync pairs of all 18 types. Types will rotate daily and be featured in challenges such as challenge the flying types, rock types, and water types. Okay. By completing each battle you can get gems and items used for training, including tomes and codices for each type, so be sure to give this event a try. Okay, excellent. That means that I will no longer have to spend stamina on the training area for the ludicrously expensive codices, or codexes, I'm not really sure. Okay. Also, each time a new battle is added, you'll be able to enjoy special conversations with sync pairs in the Pokemon Center, so we hope you look forward to this event. I just realized I skipped the sentence above that. By completing each battle, you can get gems and items used for training. Oh no, okay, I just didn't mention the gems thing. Getting gems every day? Is that going to be... yeah, daily type rotation. More gems every day is fine by me. Will it reset the way the region rotation does? Hopefully. That'll just add permanent more resources to for us to gain access to. I'm really looking forward to that. This just sounds like another great little daily thing that you can do every day. Okay. Faulkner and Swellow debut. On August 5th, Faulkner and Swellow will debut in the Sync Pair Scout. Obviously not a Poke Fair, he's like the first gym leader. I've been waiting for this guy for a really long time, but like, why does he have Swellow and not Noctowl? Like, Yoto gym leaders already have the issue that they all use Kanto Pokemon, and now to like just add insult to injury, you skip the other early game Yoto bird and go for the hole-in-one? Like, what? Okay, anyway, let's see what he does. Faulkner and Swellow can use the fly move to temporarily leave the battle, oh god, causing most opponents' move aimed at them to miss, so, like, Nate. Also, they have 3 passive skills that each have an effect if an opponent's move misses. 1 passive skill has a chance to restore their HP, 1 will charge the move gauge, and a 3rd passive skill raises the speed of all allies. With these passive skills, Faulkner and Swellow could be great at supporting allies while avoiding attacks. Okay, so... interesting. Leaning towards meh. Fly is obviously... like, his whole gimmick is around using Fly, obviously, and we know that these 2-turn moves only take 1 turn of the sync move countdown, so this is basically just going to be delaying your sync like crazy if you keep spamming Fly. Bit unfortunate. I don't know what kind of role this is, if it's like a striker that uses Fly like Nate, but has all these supportive kind of passives that activate upon an opponent missing. It's more likely that he's going to be like a support or a tech EX, I think. More likely support EX. Why am I saying EX? Support unit. Yeah, not so keen on this, honestly. Will be fun to use with Nate though. Nate, Faulkner, and Lance. 2 fly users and 1 bounce user. That could be a fun meme team, but yeah, obviously remains to be seen here, but I don't think delaying your sync move countdown so much. Also, we have no idea what it only talks about Fly and his passives here. We don't have any idea what his other move might be. or what his trainer moves are. So that could still make him be a much better than it seems here, but just judging based off what we have here, I'm not too interested, to be honest. Alright, so let's go. Run up to 2 years celebration. Pokemon Masters EX will celebrate its 2-year anniversary at the end of August. Thank you so much for your support throughout these 2 years. You're most welcome. From changing the title of the app to Pokemon Masters EX, bit of drama there. I won't make the joke. You all know what it means anyway. To new content like the Champion Stadium, that was one of the best things you've added. We launched some major updates throughout the past year, and we're preparing various updates that will make this year's anniversary just as exciting as last year's. Okay, good. Last year's anniversary was pretty hype, I have to admit. We'll share more information about what you can expect from the end of August onward in our next message, and today we'll tell you about the run-up to 2-year celebration, which begins on August 12th. Okay, the Max Move debut. We mentioned in a previous message that we are working on bringing Dynamax to the game. This feature will be launched as super powerful Max Moves. The first sync pair to have Max Moves will debut during a run-up to 2-year celebration. Okay. Each sync pair that has a Max Move will be able to use their Max Move once during the battle at any time. If a sync pair has more than one Max Move, they can still only use one Max Move per battle. Okay, so that's interesting. It sounds like that's not going to be retroactive to older units, though, if the first sync pair to have Max Moves will debut during this celebration. Which means that everyone was hyping up Leon being able to set up his own sun with Dynamax, but that doesn't sound like it's going to be happening unless they do make it retroactive. Interesting. Each Max Move will have various additional effects, so like setting Sun, or setting Grassy Terrain, or debuffing special defense, or raising your ally's attack, just like Max Moves in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Okay. You'll have to think about whether you want to use them to deal a lot of damage or to activate their effects based on the flow of battle. Yeah. Of course, sync pairs that have Max Moves will also be able to use their normal sync move as well. So obviously the main ones are going to be the ones that set weather or terrain. It's those are obviously going to be far more useful. I know in Sword and Shield, Max Knuckle and Max Airstream are super good, and Max Ooze, just because they passively raise attack, special attack, and speed. But that's not something that's particularly big in Pokemon Masters, since we already have trainer moves that do that way more efficient. You wouldn't want to burn a Max move on one of those moves that are super good in the main series games. So yeah, we're talking here Psychic, Electric, Grass, Fire, Water, Rock. Yeah, those are going to be the main Max moves, I think. The reason why sync pairs on Paziok and Dynamax will be revealed in the Howling Shield of Eternity legendary event, which we discussed below. Okay, so it's even right there in the name, Eternatus. So Eternatus is coming. Rose is coming. What else is it going to be? Let's be real. There will only be one sync pair that can use Max Moves debuting in August, but more will be on the way, so stay tuned. Okay. Yeah, that once again reaffirms that it sounds kind of like it won't be retroactive, that it's only going to be new units getting these Max Moves. So here we can see Hop and Zamazenta. In this event, you can team up with a new sync pair, Hop and Zamazenta. Is this going to be free to play, or is it going to be like a Poke Fair? It would only be fair if it was a Poke Fair, obviously because of Gloria having a Poke Fair with Zacian, but I guess we'll see. Also doesn't say whether he's going to be a striker or a support, but it's Zamazenta, it's a shield Pokemon, it should be a support, right? Look forward to learning what Hop and Zamazenta can do when the event begins. Okay. Yeah, so they're not going to tell us here. 2-year run-up special rally. 3 legendary events return. 3 legendary events will return at the same time. These events are New World Dilemma, which you can team up with Cyrus and Palkia, then Sycamore and Xerneas, and then Ghetsis and Kyurem. Okay, so 3 legendary events at one time. Interesting. That makes me think Team Rainbow Rocket. If they're just like rushing all these together, although Sycamore and Xerneas obviously have nothing to do with Rainbow Rocket, so that's a bit of a wrench in that idea, but I guess we'll see. Special login bonus for up to 9 days, you'll be able to get 400 stamina per day from the special login bonus. It's going to be very, very useful for farming these legendary events. Get 5-star guaranteed scout tickets and other incredible rewards from special missions. Nice. More rewards from training area. Very nice. Always appreciated. Blissful Bonanza. Finally we got our cookies back. Legendary Arena. Cresselia is back. Okay, Cresselia was probably the toughest legendary arena that we had. But I think we now also have way more units that will be able to deal with her. So we'll see. Finally, we're applying the following updates for late August. Daily login bonus update. Finally. Please just remove the stupid bronze level up manuals. They're so useless. They're so useless. Please just give us something better. 0 stamina consumption for the evolution material area and sync orb area. That is superb. Okay. So now we can just easily do those per day, burn some skip tickets, and exchange evolution materials for coins, which will be very, very useful for upgrading 3-star gear, which is probably the reason they're doing this. And sync orbs, okay, no one's going to ever have sync orb issues again. You can just grid every unit to your heart's content. In addition to the above, we have even more plans in store for the 2-year anniversary, so stay tuned. Next message is scheduled for late August. And they're going to talk about the 2-year Annie, obviously, as well as the new story arc that will come after the main story arc is completed. I am kind of intrigued to see what that's going to be. I do think it's going to be something Rainbow Rocket themed, just because we already have all the villains in the game. It would make sense if they did something a bit more with that, possibly. And I'm really hoping for, but I don't really see them doing it, giving them EX forms. Like EX Giovanni is just going to be absolutely broken. And especially EX Xerneas as well, but again, not really Rainbow Rocket. But if they basically, I think they might start giving EX forms to the free-to-play legendaries. Alright, so that was it. Very good dev letter on overall. Quite hype. Really looking forward to some of the things that they showed there. Yeah, that's going to be all for this video, and oh my god, I've already been talking for 27 minutes, Jesus. Okay, yeah, that's going to be it, and next video will be the new Champion Stadium, because it's a pretty fun one. If you like these kinds of videos, feel free to just like subscribe or something. I'll try putting them out more often now. And also now that Pokemon Unite has dropped, and once I get a bit better at the game, I'm going to be making some Pokemon Unite videos as well, because I'm really enjoying those. Alright, see you in the next one. Take care, bye!